Well, hello there, everybody. How are you doing? I hope you are doing well. Today I am doing a dip powder manicure, which is something, if you watch my channel, I just did a video about how to repurpose your dip powders if you no longer do the dip process. If you haven't watched that, I will put the link up in the corner right here so that you can go and watch that. But I decided I did want to do a dip manicure because I have so many powders that I really love. I accidentally just now dipped my liner brush into the powder thinking it was my cuticle, my water marbling tool, because they look exactly the same. So make sure that you pay attention to your tools that are right next to you and you don't accidentally damage them. I'm just using a little bit of isopropyl alcohol to wipe that clean, and then I'm going to set it off to the side away from my work area, or at least I was. I think I moved it off to the side at some point, but anyway, I digress. So I wanted to do a dip powder manicure, and I may actually do one once a month just so that I can actually use my powders, because I really do love them and they wear really well. So I'm going to do I am doing a 2-powder manicure today. I am putting this beautiful, I swear it was purple when I took it out of the drawer, and it turns out it's more like a Merlot. I will put all the information down in the description box below so that you know what colors and brands I'm using. And actually, it's deepening the longer that I have it on my nails. Every time I look at my nails, it looks a little bit more red, a little deeper. Actually, it's trending. I don't think the color's changing. Woo, excuse me. I think it's just, it tends to look a little different in different lighting that I'm in. But it's a beautiful color. It's by Glam Co. And I'm putting it on my thumb and my forefinger and my pinky, and then on my middle finger and my ring finger I'm going to be using a beautiful glitter from Soul Dips, called Virgo, which is actually my star sign, which is why I bought it, and this is the first time I'm using it. But so in terms of the process, it's pretty straightforward. I'm using dip liquids, I'm using gel liquids. If you want me to use dip liquids, if you want me to do a full dip liquid and powder process, let me know down in the comment section below. I generally don't use dip liquids just because I don't think of it. I'm so used to using gel liquids that that's just what I pull. But you want to push the gel towards the cuticle and then pull away towards the free edge. Make sure that you get your side walls really well. I did miss it on my thumb, but I will grab it when I come back around to do the second layer. I do usually only do 2 layers of color. I could have done a third because the red from Vivid Glam is a little bit more sheer than I thought initially. So you want to pour it over when you're doing a gel process. If you push your finger into the dip powder, there's a very good chance that you're going to move the gel around on your nail and get wrinkling and uneven distribution. I hit my nail while I was doing this and had to fix it. But yeah, so you can dip your finger in if you're very careful. Go in at an angle and shift, kind of like, it's hard to explain. You want to go in at an angle and then kind of tip the powder up onto the nail plates so that you're not really driving your nail into the dip powder with any force. And then tap your finger, get all the excess off. You can pour a little bit more on top. If you see the nail is starting to get shiny again, you can pour more on. Gel liquid it really absorbs the powder pretty well. So as it sits longer on the nail, your nail's likely to get shiny again. If it does, you can pour a little bit more on and then cure it as soon as you're ready to. You don't need to rush too much when you're using gel liquids with dip powder, because since the dip powder does absorb a lot of the moisture on the nail, it's less likely to move around and flood your cuticles. So you can go and do 2 nails, 3 nails, 4 nails at a time, and you're really not going to have any issues. You don't have to rush to cure it. So you can see I'm just gently pushing my thumbnail into the powder at an angle so that the powder kind of washes up onto it. And then I'm using a water marbling tool to go around my cuticles to make sure that I don't have any product up on the skin, because that will cause lifting as the nail starts growing out. So as the nail's starting to get a little shiny again, I'm going to put a little bit more powder on. I'm going to tap off, and then I'm going to go in and finish the rest of the nails before I do another cure. Make sure that when you're putting your next layer of gel liquid or dip liquid on your nail, you wipe off the brush well on the lint-free wipe before you put it back into the bottle so that you don't drag any color and contaminate your liquids. So once you're done with the cure, you want to go ahead and use a stiff scrubby brush to brush off any residual powder that's on and underneath your nails. And then you can go in, and if you're using dip liquids, you can use activator, or if you're using gel liquids, you can just go on ahead to your next color if you're using another color. Since I am using glitter, I like to finish one color first before moving on to the next one. Since glitter is very fine, it has a chance of flying around and getting into other things. You don't want to contaminate your powders. So I'm just going to do the same process that I did with my other nails, going in with the gel liquid, making sure that I'm coating the entire nail plate from cuticle to free edge and from sidewall to sidewall. Then instead of pouring over, I'm going to gently lay my finger into the glitter. And this will ensure that I get maximum coverage and I'm not just coating the nail with the acrylic that's mixed in to create the powder. I'm using my finger to gently pat it down around the free edge and the sidewalls and then flatten it along the nail bed. And then I'm going in with my water marbling tool once again to clean up the cuticle line. Going in with the second coat now, I am scrubbing off any excess from my nail plate, and I'm just going to do the same process that I did before, coating the nail coating the nail well from cuticle to free edge, sidewall to sidewall, and then laying my finger directly into the glitter to fully coat the nail before giving it another full cure. So it's really strange to me because all my life I was really pretty much plain Jane when it came to my manicures. I don't think I ever went to a salon and had them do any designs, or it was very rare that I got any glitter nails or anything. It was usually just a flat color, maybe a little bit of a shimmer or a pearlescent look. But since I started doing my nails on my own and started branching out and finding these gorgeous glitters and doing nail art, it's very rare that I do a manicure where I don't have any kind of art or accent or glitter on my nails, because they almost feel naked with just a plain color. So I love this glitter so much. I didn't want to just use it on the accent nails. I wanted to bring it into the rest of the manicure. So I just used some builder gel and drew a stripe up my thumbnail from the cuticle to the free edge. And now I'm using one of my swatch sticks to pour the glitter over top. I wanted to make sure that the line was as straight as possible. So I'm using the water marbling tool to push the glitter along the side and straighten it up into the gel. And then I'm going to pat it down after I get the hair off my nail, as usual, and make sure that everything is as straight and the thickness is the same going up and down the line as possible. Once it's how I like it, I'm going to put it in the lamp and cure it, and then I'm going to lightly dust off the excess from the rest of the nail. So when you're using gel as your liquid of choice, when you're using dip powder, you have two choices. You can encapsulate with a clear powder or with gel base. I don't like building up extra layers with powder. I rather just use gel base, because that really gets into the nooks and crannies, especially if you're doing a manicure with glitter, especially the thicker, more chunkier glitters. It's a lot easier to encapsulate with gel than it is with powder, especially since gel base and clear powder doesn't seem to work too well together. You can get a lot of cloudiness. It can kind of look bubbly. So it's just easier to cut out the middleman and just use gel base, because once that is cured, you can wipe off the inhibition layer, buff it, file it down, make it smooth, and then go in and clear coat. So that's actually what I'm doing right now. I went in and put in a builder gel coat on the glitter nails. I'm using a regular base coat on my other nails, building it up a little bit thicker on my thumb since I do have the glitter accent. And then once that's done, I'm going to wipe the nails with isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to file them smooth with a 180 grit file, and then I'm going to go in and put another layer of base coat on and finish off with a layer of top coat. Now, I don't know if this is something that everybody does or if it's just something that I've done that works well, but I always put a coat of base on before I top coat. And what I find this does is it makes the top coat as shiny as it could be. In the rare instance that I've forgotten to do the base coat before I do the top coat, it just never seems to be as shiny. It gets dull, it collects dust. There's something about the chemical reaction between the base coat and the top coat that really gives it its best shine. So after I finish filing, I'm going to dust off all the extra dust with a fluffy brush. I'm going to go in with another swipe of isopropyl alcohol. You can use swipe solution. And then I go in with base coat and top coat, and that finishes off the manicure. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you everyone so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or questions, please put them down in the comment section below. All the information on the products I used will be in the description box below. And I would love it if you could please give me a like and a subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you always know when new videos are available. I'm just going to finish up now with some hand cream, and then I'm going to go in with some cuticle oil. The one I'm using is Elixir from Madam Glam. I've had it for, actually I got it in my advent calendar box that I bought from Madam Glam last year. And I tend to alternate between different ones because I have so many at this point, but it's still one of my favorites and it works really well. I advise at least once a day, even if you're not doing your nails, you just use some cuticle oil. It keeps the nail beds healthy and moisturized, and just helps your nails stay as healthy as possible. So once again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye.